Hello guys, it's Christmas time, it's 2022 and that can mean only one thing. It's Rock for Heroes Christmas Special 2022!
Rock for Heroes TV.
What is it?
Rock for Heroes TV.
Say again.
Rock for Heroes TV.
One more time.
Rock for Heroes TV.
Yeah, we have so many surprises and treats for you on this Christmas special. We are interviewing, we did have George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp. We said no to them and instead we have got the cast of Rock for Heroes! So without further ado, we're going to bring them on. We're going to find out all the gossip, all the things you want to know, what it's really like to be on a tour bus, what you love about being on the road, what you hate about being on the road, who's the loudest snorer. We'll tell you all in this Reveal All Behind the Scenes Christmas Special! Our first guest is the long-legged blonde of Rock for Heroes, and I am not talking about Tom. No, no, no. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the studio, Miss Hayley Marie Baker! Say hello to the studio audience.
Hello, studio audience.
Hello, Hayley Marie Baker.
Hello, Philip Walkins.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Do you like my cards?
Yeah, they're great.
They've got no questions on them, but I like holding them like this. Are you happy to be here?
I'm so happy to be here.
It's Christmas time. Do you like Christmas?
Not really, no.
Why not?
I'm a bit of a Scrooge.
Why are you a Scrooge?
I'll get into it
Right.
eventually, just not too early when people play Christmas songs in October. Not
Okay.
a bit of me.
Now, if you could have one Christmas present for Christmas, what would it be?
Oh. Oh, what a question.
What question? It's very indecisive.
I'm
This could
very
be long.
indecisive. I could go really deep and meaningful, but I'm not going
Don't
to.
do that.
One new hairdryer.
One new
That's
hairdryer.
really boring, isn't it?
Not one of them Dyson ones, 300 quid for hairdryer.
No, I don't think they're as good as the money.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I tell you.
It is ridiculous.
So, Hayley Marie Baker, you're on tour, Rock for Heroes.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that for?
A long time now.
How long?
Pre-pandemic, about 3 years.
Right.
Since pandemic, from the pandemic till now. So you do the math.
And how did you come to pass with Rock for Heroes?
So I've known Phil a while now.
Phil, tell me about Phil.
He's all right.
Okay.
Bit annoying.
Yeah.
And we've done lots of productions together, haven't we?
We've done many productions
We
for
have
years.
done
Can you
many
remember them all?
productions, Yes.
What were they?
You want me to list them?
Go on.
Okay. The first one was Dirty Dancing,
And who did you play?
Penny.
You can see it.
And then we did The Power of Love, which was based on Celine Dion music.
It was, yeah.
And then we did You Win Again, which was the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
And then I've worked with you with One Entertainment
Ever since?
Since day one.
Ever since, really?
Yeah.
And do you like working with me?
Yeah.
She has to say that. She doesn't.
No, I do.
So, Hayley, we've got some insider reveal questions, okay?
Okay.
So we want to know all right? So, in your opinion, you're on the tour bus with everyone, including me. Imagine I'm not here. Imagine I'm someone else. For the sake of this, I'm Graham Norton, okay?
Right.
So, who would you say is the most infuriating person in the cast?
Infuriating?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like someone who, like you like them, but they're just that person that can make you go, "Arr!" Who would you say that is?
Myself.
Yourself. Well, we
I'm
agree.
sure most people-
Yeah,
That's
we
me.
agree. Why would you say yourself?
Wow, here we go.
Go on.
I guess I'm quite flippant.
Real silence.
Right, let's put it this way, okay? Astrologically,
Okay.
I'm a Scorpio, and I'm
Right.
quite true to my Scorpio star sign, which I'm pretty placid and chilled out, like 8% of the time. But if I go, you kind of know about it.
Would you say you're hot-headed? No.
A little bit.
Little bit. Would you say she's hot-headed?
Yes.
And Hayley, what is your favourite thing about being on the road, Rock Heroes?
I like travelling parts of the country. We get to stay in some pretty cool Airbnbs on the road. We get
Right.
to see places that I probably would never have chosen to go.
And what's your favourite place you've been?
Ooh. I loved going to Scotland. Scotland was beautiful.
Am I right in saying that when you went to Scotland, you liked the Airbnb?
The Airbnb was amazing. We
Why?
got a right touch there.
Why
didn't
was it amazing?
we? It was just proper Scottish. Like we were on a farm.
Scottish.
We were on a farm,
Right.
and there were horses, and like the interior, the walls, the floors even were. How do I describe this?
Furry floors,
They
it
were-
was.
They looked like wood, but they were furry.
Yeah, furry wood floors. Strange house.
There you go.
And there's a bit of a story because we got somewhere else, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So we had this place to stay for like 4 nights and it was horrendous. Sorry if you're the person who owns the Airbnb, but it weren't nice. And then we got this one, complete fluke. And you actually said that I had a guardian angel because you were like, how have you managed to find this guy?
It just felt very, very lucky. 15 minutes down the road, there was this beautiful farmhouse on a farm,
Very nice. Now, Hayley,
obviously.
tell us 3 things about you that you think are lesser known facts.
I got a scar on my tongue.
How?
So when I was a child, I was walking along with my mum, holding her hand. I was 4 years old, going to pick my sister up from school. And my mum fell over, and whilst falling over, she pulled me down, and I had my tongue out of my mouth, as you do as a kid. And I bit a hole through my tongue, and I had to have stitches. And now they said it was never going to scar, but I got a scar. Won't show you. It's a bit
No,
grim.
that'd be weird.
Yeah,
Second
weird.
thing,
Yeah.
about you.
Oh, about me.
Interesting, weird,
That people
crazy,
don't know about me.
kooky. Yeah. Scar on your tongue.
I'm hypermobile.
Hypermobile.
Yeah, I'm double jointed.
Can you show us that?
Oh, I can do some freaky things.
Go on, do a freaky thing.
You want to see right now?
I want to see we want to see a freaky thing, don't we, studio audience? Freaky thing.
I can make my elbows clap.
Go on then.
Okay. There's something else I can do, but I might not be able to do it in this costume.
Yes.
Whoa!
That's a weird thing, isn't it? No one likes that. Oh, I don't know what that is. I wouldn't say that was special.
Not many people can do that.
Not many people
So-
can do that. And of course, we would never expect you to do this on live television, but I do believe you can make a bum clap.
I can.
She can make a bum clap.
It's a special skill.
Yeah.
It's on my CV.
Yeah, she can actually make a bum clap. You can be backstage and you'll hear that, and it's just Hayley making a
You
bum
don't want me
clap.
to do now, no?
No, I don't think you should make your bum clap for the Christmas special.
Sure.
So, would you like to give a Christmas wish to the people who are watching?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
That was a thought out wish from Hayley Marie
No,
Baker.
genuinely, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. Stay warm because it's bitterly cold. And let's hope 2023 is a glorious one and that all of our household bills go down.
Yeah. Words from Hayley Marie. Ladies and gentlemen, Hayley Marie Baker! The blonde legs of Rock for Heroes. Hayley, would you like to move down one seat as I tell you about our next guest who is coming onto the show? So we have 3 beautiful ladies in the cast of Rock for Heroes, and the next beautiful lady has been a friend of mine since puberty, pretty much, and she has been a big part of the show now for years now, hasn't she? And we are going to welcome her to the stage in her very winter and warm outfit that she's got on, Miss Jodie Oliver! Hello, Jodie Oliver.
Sorry, I'm
Good to
putting
see.
my coat on because it's freezing.
Hello, Jodie Oliver.
Hello.
Hello, I believe you know Hayley.
Hello, Hayley. Nice to see
I'm going to
you.
put my leg the same way as you.
Oh, look at you, that's so pretty. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Do you like
Oh,
Christmas?
I love Christmas.
You love Christmas?
I love Christmas.
Me and
yes.
Hayley, not so much.
No.
Not so much.
No.
Why do you love it?
I like the decorations and I like the chocolates.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes, I do.
Which is ironic because on the road you eat nothing but healthy health things all the time.
That's what you'll see.
So
I
you
know.
go to the gym a lot.
Yes, I do.
Tell the people about this. We don't know how often you go to the gym.
I go to the gym pretty much 5 days a week, unless we're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I can't.
No. But on the road you
Um,
still eat very sensibly and carefully and all that stuff.
Yeah, apart from crisps at the service station, which I'll get told off on.
Cheeky chocolates that we see her having as well.
Yes.
So Jodie, if you get anything for Christmas, what would you have this year?
I don't know.
You go out saying.
I would have. Oh my god!
Is there
I don't
Go
know.
for
No one asked
decisive.
me what I want for Christmas. I would have money.
Money.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can't decide what I want, so if I've got money, I can then decide.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Would you rather be a cat or a dog? And why?
Cat.
Why?
Because they sleep all day and they're furry.
Dogs
Oh,
are furry
dogs.
too. But Jodie didn't get that memo.
No.
Okay, so Jodie, tell us about home. Who's at home when you get back off the road?
At home are my 2 gorgeous teenage boys.
How old are the boys?
They are 14 and a half and nearly 16.
And what are their names?
Jensen is the youngest one and Sebastian's the oldest one.
Are they named after racing drivers?
They are indeed, yes. They are named after Formula One racing drivers, as I was as well.
How did that come about?
Just from childhood, my parents named me after Jodie Scheckter, and we love Formula One, so I named the boys after racing drivers.
Very nice too. Do you
Yes.
have any pets at home?
I do. I have a cat called Dave,
Cat called
and
Dave.
he's lovely.
You did have 2 cats.
I had 2 cats. I had Dave and Rodney,
Yeah.
but Rodney decided to leave us, and we don't know where he went. And that was 18 months ago, and we're still looking for him.
Cue
He'll come
sad
back.
music.
He'll come back.
He'll come back.
Sad
Yeah, it
music.
might be your Christmas wish.
It might be.
He'll come back through the door. You never know.
No.
Okay.
And also, I can't just get this in. I have to remember to mention my boyfriend Si, just in case you go on to the next message, because I will be...
Now, tell us about Si, because the audience don't really know, but Si is...
Simon is a god.
Yeah, if you drew a man, you draw Simon.
Sexy
He's
side,
like
we call him.
Superman.
Yeah. I mean, he's not as pretty as me, but...
He's a personal trainer. It's Simon_Darby PT on Instagram. He does do
like that.
online coaching. Just
Right.
a little plug.
And he has PT me, and he is very good. I'll give him that.
He's very good.
So you and Si get married?
No.
Okay. There you go, Si. Merry Christmas.
Awkward, isn't it?
So on the road with Rock for Heroes, what do you do with Rock for Heroes?
I play the keys.
Do you enjoy that?
I love it.
Do you?
Yes.
What's your favourite thing about the show?
The people. That sounded unsure.
The people.
The people. I love being on stage with everybody.
Okay, now if you were stuck with one member of the show in a lift for 2 hours, just someone that you know it would be nice and easy with, who'd you pick? And why?
I would initially say Nathan, but if we're in there for quite a few hours, he would make me laugh, but then I think he might get grouchy because he might get hungry.
Not wrong.
She's not wrong. You can hear her, she's not wrong.
But otherwise, anybody. I would
Anybody.
be quite happy, stuck in lift for hours with anybody.
Okay. What's the most annoying thing about me?
Well,
Everything.
Where do we start?
Everything. You've got to pick one thing. What for you is
One
the most annoying
thing.
thing about me?
Oh,
Too
that's
many
really
to
hard.
choose.
There are too many.
Both of you.
There are
How
too
long
many.
you got?
Really?
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
I think I'm too old for them, but I can't find jeans that aren't skinny that don't look horrendous. So that's why I have to go with them.
Skinny jeans.
Okay,
Can
I'll
I
take
The
answer
that.
that
nicest
as well?
one. Yeah,
You can.
When he makes a cup of tea, he leaves tea bag next to the kettle,
That's a good one.
and he leaves the milk out the fridge.
But have you not noticed when Hayley talks, she talks Northern? When you make a cup of tea, you leave tea bag in the kettle. Don't know why.
I miss
So,
that way.
Jodie, favourite experience you've had on the road with Rock Heroes? Anything that sticks out?
I'm going to say the cave.
The cave.
Yes, Cairn Glaze Caverns. It's incredible. We actually play in a cave. So
Really?
anybody that's seen us is amazing. We actually play in a cave, don't we?
Yeah.
And
Say that again.
We play in a cave.
We're playing a cave.
Yeah.
Did
In
you know you're
Cornwall.
hypermobile? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favourite. I love it.
Right, okay, fair enough. And ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jodie Oliver, keyboard extraordinaire! Oh, Jodie, one more thing.
Yes.
Can you give people your Christmas wish?
Christmas wish advice.
Yeah.
I would just wish everybody a happy and healthy Christmas and New Year. And I'm going to go with Hayley and say, let's bring those bills down.
Yep.
It's all getting a bit emotional, a bit serious, isn't it? Ladies and gents, Jodie and Hayley from Rock for Heroes so far. So, allow me to tell you about our next guest.
Oh,
She is, shimmy down girls, shimmy down. She is the newest of the ladies to be recruited to Rock for Heroes. She is the baby of the band. She's just come out of nappies and she's here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, our very beautiful Tilly Brown! Get up, Tilly Brown! Hello.
Royal
And she
way.
waves like a royal. Hello, Tilly Brown. Hello, you look very, I like this.
Thank you, I'm very cold.
Very, look at the other ladies look a bit, you know, and there you are, all very,
in a cave.
yes, and slightly turned to the other girls as well. I see how it is, there we are. Tilly Brown, hello.
Hello.
How old are you?
12.
You have to think about it. How old are you really?
22.
22, when's your birthday?
The 15th of the 3rd, 2000.
So, very quickly, do some maths. How many
don't do
years
maths.
older is Jodie than you, and how many years older is Hayley than you? Go!
All right.
I can't do maths.
Right, guess it.
19.
19, Jodie, and what about Hayley?
33.
15.
50.
Huh?
That's
10,
terrible
11,
maths.
12.
Tilly can
11,
sing. There's
11.
No maths. Okay, so Tilly, what star sign are you?
I'm Pisces.
Do you know what that means? You know
I'm a
anything
little
about star
fishy
signs?
fish.
Do you like star signs?
I love stars.
Do you? What does it mean, Pisces? What's typical?
I was going to say something rude then. I am a little bit away with the fairies,
Very much so.
a little bit emotional,
Very much so.
and yeah, creative.
Creative. Okay, Jodie, what star sign are you?
I'm Gemini.
Gemini. What does that mean, Tilly? Does Geminis and
what's it
Pisces?
It's the twins.
It means you're crazy.
Okay.
Gemini's the twins, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So like you've got two
Loads of
personalities.
Do you
Yeah.
think I've got two different sides?
In ways.
Yeah.
You're like your Jodie who, which he's really learning about us now. You're Jodie who's quite, you know, I think there's one side of you really is like, oh, I want to be looked after, and then you're Jodie who's
I'm
very
a bad.
fiercely
Yeah.
independent.
I'll take that, yeah.
Hayley, what star sign are you?
Scorpio, we spoke about this.
Tilly, what star sign, what does that mean? What is a typical Scorpio?
That's what I said earlier.
know many Scorpios.
Scorpio is a water sign. So it means that they're quite chilled and placid, but they've got a sting in their tail.
Sting in their tail. I am a Cancer. Do you know anything about Cancer? What does that mean?
Yes, they're
Do you?
very kind.
Very kind. Would you agree with this, girls?
Yes.
They're a little crabby.
Would you agree with that as well?
Not quite.
Thank you. Lovely. There we are. So, Tilly, you've been with Rock Heroes for how long?
Since April.
Since April. Now, we want you to answer this honestly because you're part of us now. So, on your first run on the road with Rock for Heroes,
Yeah.
tell us about that experience very quickly and what your thoughts were when you got home.
Okay, so I wanted to not come back
Tell the people why.
because
You never
I
saw it
brought
before.
too many bags, and we got there at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had flip-flops on, and I was falling down the hill trying to get to our room, and no one knew where the rooms were. And I just had enough of it.
You were done straight away.
I was
That
like,
was your
I can't
first
do-
experience at touring.
Yeah, I can't do that.
What do you think of the tour bus? Tell people about the tour bus.
It's got character.
It's got character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ducky Boos, we affectionately called it.
He doesn't like to work sometimes,
Ducky Boo. Yeah, but I fix him.
but he gets
He
fixed.
does.
But yeah, it's comfy. There's big chairs in there.
Big chairs. in
Big
there.
chairs.
Being life on the road, being on tour, what is it? Give me one thing you love about life on the road. Give me one you honestly hate about life on the road.
Okay. I love when we all have a bit of spare time and we have a little laugh.
It doesn't happen often, does it?
No,
Really?
but sometimes we'll get back from a show early and then have like a couple of drinks and some food, watch a little film. We watched Twilight once, that was fun.
Twilight, which
Or
I
if
may
we go
say.
to somewhere really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the place with the horses and we can see horses.
Yeah, when you get to have a little experience.
Yeah,
together.
and seeing different places.
Because would you say that life on the road is like being thrust into a nuclear family?
Yes.
That you don't know each other and you're just there?
Yeah.
Yeah, which can be hard, can't it? It has its challenges. And at the same time, I think it brings everyone together very quickly. Yeah. The show itself, particular moment in the show for you that you like?
In the or just in all the shows?
In Rock Heroes, yeah, that you like?
I like Paradise City.
You like Paradise City?
Just
Okay.
Unleash.
Particular moment in the show you don't like?
Ooh.
Could be a song, you just think, I don't like that song. We've all got one.
I like the song, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us, but
Right.
I don't like singing it.
That's weird because we agree, don't we? Me and Hayley both
It just
agree.
goes on.
It goes on.
Time.
We've
But
taken
it's
it
a
out of
feel-good
set.
song,
Yeah, but
but-
we have taken it out of set a little bit now, haven't we? Yeah, for that very reason. Tilly, if you could be a horse or a dolphin, which one would you be and why?
Or I'd be a horse. Actually,
Mm.
I'd be a wild horse.
A
Don't
wild-
want people like because you get
Riding
some
you.
people.
You don't want people riding you. Okay, carry on.
You do get some people
Yeah.
who are just like.
With their things,
Yeah,
what
and they wear
called?
spurs, and I don't think
Spurs,
it's very nice.
yes, so-
And you could be an unlucky horse. But also, if you're a dolphin,
Yeah.
they're quite nasty pieces of work.
Dolphins, I've met a couple of dolphins in my time, not like down the shops, but you know, I've met dolphins in the sea.
Yeah.
And one time was very scary because
Why?
it come up under me. And it doesn't matter that you know it's a dolphin, you look down and you just see a big fish coming up from under you and you're in the ocean, it's a shark.
Yeah.
So Tilly Brown, if you could give people one piece of life advice that you have in your short amount of years so far, but you have life advice, what would it be? What's your Christmas wish and your advice to the good people of Rock Heroes?
Oh, what, a Christmas wish or?
Yes, both, you know, Christmas wish and a little bit of life advice.
The old man who lost his horse. Look it up on Google. Look it up on Google. It's I live by it. I feel so random.
Tilly Brown, there's you, Tilly Brown, the old man who lost his horse.
Look it up on Google.
There we are. Thank you very much, Tilly Brown. Thank you, Jodie. Thank you, Hayley.
Are we
So-
shifting?
No, you're staying right there, girls,
Oh,
because
well,
we've got a
that's
whole
fine.
row behind you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky because we've got some of the other cast are on Panto, so we've got some new faces doing the Christmas special. Gordo is doing Panto as we speak. Who else we got? Foxy is off doing, I think he's with his one of his other bands, Terrible Behaviour, as we speak. So we've got some special guests for us tonight as well. However, first, next in line is our one and our only big sexy Nathan Lamb. Nate, come round, say hello to the girls.
Hi, girls.
Have you met all the girls before, Nathan?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, here they are. This is Tilly, Jodie, and Hayley.
Hi, Tilly. Hi, Jodie. Hi, Haley.
So, Nathan Land, before we even come to you, we're coming to the girls. Girls, can you tell me one thing that you've learned about the time you spent with Nathan Lamb about him? One thing. One thing you like about him, one thing funny about him.
Nathan gives really good hugs.
He's very kind.
He's like Olaf.
He's an Olaf.
Olaf from Frozen.
You're Olaf
He
from
likes
Frozen.
hugs.
See, I haven't seen Frozen, so I don't know. That you could be telling me I'm a terrible person.
No, he likes warm hugs, and you give warm hugs. Yes.
I've never had a Nathan hug.
Oh, well, I'm
Come on, let's step up to the plate.
I mean, not this side. There we go.
Oh, it's kind of furry.
special.
It's kind of furry when he gives a hug. It's quite
The
nice.
fun is finding out which part is furry that's touching you.
That is true. Yeah. So, Nathan Lamb, if you could be a car or a motorbike, which one would you be and why?
I'd be a car.
Why?
I'll be honest. Because I really like the music, so at least there you get a radio, whereas on a motorbike, you're just going to hear just constant...
What a well thought out point of view, Nathan. Well done. On the roads, right? Now, we often start before. Food on the road is terrible, as we will all tell you, because when you're travelling, all the service stations have kind of stopped serving food now, haven't they? So it's like 2 in the morning, there's nothing. What would you get to eat? What would you give advice to people who are going to go on the road? What's good road food?
Good road food.
Would you go over Macca's or would you mix it up?
I mean, I generally go with the Maccas. Sometimes I like to shake it up. I'll be like, what things can I sort of make into a hybrid? I was talking to Finch about this the other day.
Okay, what you done?
Well, we was talking about the was it I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, the McGangbang.
Okay, what is that?
It's basically double cheeseburger, but you split the cheeseburger in half. You put a chicken fillet in the middle of it.
Right.
But then I was watching this dude on Instagram who basically takes fast food bits and just pimps them all out, and I kind of looked at that. I was like, then I'd maybe do a little venture in something like Waitrose and Marks and Sparks if there's one, and see if there's anything I can add into there. That's actually my plan for the journey home this weekend if we do that.
You're going to make a McGangbang.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first, people. A McGangbang. Sounds interesting. When
Other
it's just
burgers are
Nathan and the three
available.
girls sat here at the moment. So, Nate, tell us about the show. What do you like about it?
It's just a lot of fun. It's all sort of the music I grew up on, which is great. Yeah, it gives you a bit of a chance to move about. I mean, I'm always up for that. I mean, it's the only cardio I get in the week, which is.
I'm pretty sure that all of us who are sat here, Nate, will happily testify that your presence on the stage is fantastic.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
Nathan. I think his head's going to come off.
That's sorry.
When you
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
your head's going to come off.
Yeah, I do kind of miss my long hair for that though, because then I can at least hide my face, so you don't see my guitar face and stuff. Cause
No, we want to see your guitar face.
How long was your hair when you're saying long hair?
it used to be like, all the way pretty much like down to just over.
So you were a Viking?
I was basically, yeah, essentially.
Okay. When
yeah.
did you have that cut off?
That was got to be about 3-4 years ago, maybe more than that. Actually.
Okay. Now you're a clean cut Viking.
Yeah, I'm a modern day Viking.
You're a modern day guy.
a modern day guy.
So
yes.
Nathan Land, you've got to rob a bank, okay? You've got to take 2 members of the cast with you that you think would be good for robbing a bank. Who would you take and for why? Thinking about
This
it.
is really tough, actually.
That'd be terrible.
I go with Jodie
Right.
because she's like super agile, and I can imagine she can go in there as like first line of attack ninja style.
Yes.
And I feel like she'd strategise quite well.
Strategize.
Absolutely, yes. I'd be sitting there like, right, what's our game plan? And we'd be like, don't get stuck in the lift because while I'd enjoy it, you'll get really hangry. And I was like, that's fair. Also, escape routes won't involve lifts. And then after that,
Pete, small spaces.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Pete would go great in like
Yeah, that's
in
good
small
shout.
vets.
You could put him through under a screw and put him through the hole to get out, couldn't you? Get in there, mate.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I'd just bring the muscle in for this and just go poof,
Right,
full
okay.
frontal attack, that Viking style. Yeah, other than that, let's try and get those bills down. I really can't think of anything else.
Everyone on the bills this
so
year,
cold.
isn't it? Everyone on the bills this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Land, bass player of the Heroes. Yeah, boy. So, ladies and gents, next up is our sound man extraordinaire. He's been with us from the very beginning. In fact, he's done many shows before with me, and he's still with us now. He's a huge, important part of the team. He's everybody's buddy. He's Mr. Paul Finch. Finchie. Hello, Finchie. I'm hugging it. Oh, hello. Come around and take a seat. Have you met? He's met everyone before. Paul Finch.
Oh, I feel so good. You're so warm.
How are you?
I'm great.
Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Cornwall.
You're in Cornwall?
It's one of my favourite places.
Are we currently sat on stage in Cornwall?
Yeah, and we got Johnny.
Johnny and Helena.
He's not in Helena. Oh, Johnny.
Bless them,
Oh,
giving
he's
their
gone.
time to do
Charlie's
lights
gone.
for us to do this.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
No one
It's
asked.
a bit nippy today.
I thought I would.
That's all right. Well, at the end, one of you will interview me, so it
Oh.
goes round all the way. Paul Finch, tell us about Christmas. Do you like it?
I love Christmas.
Do you?
Yeah,
Why?
because I've got children, and I think you grow up and then you sort of fall out of love with Christmas, and it's just like socks and pants and you know, and then all of a sudden you have children, and then the magic comes back, and then you're like, oh, it's great, and then all the toys I want, I buy the kids, and the wife thinks it's kosher, and I get to play with them.
What are you buying the kids this year? They won't see this until after Christmas, don't worry. What are you going to buy them?
So it's actually quite sweet.
Go on.
We asked them what they wanted, but
Yeah.
we made a rule this year: no computers,
Okay.
because they have everything. They have an Oculus Quest, virtual reality, Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switch. So I said no things. Do you know what they asked for?
Go on.
They wanted family time, and they wanted to go to Centre Parks. So we've booked Centre Parks. They don't know yet, and we're going to surprise them
Excellent.
on Christmas morning, and we literally go like a week after.
Amazing.
So yeah, so
Elvedon Forest.
Elvedon Forest. Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
That's very
and
sweet.
you know, we'll get there, and then they'll ask for their Switch, their Xbox, their PlayStation,
Yeah, of course.
because
But
they'll be
you-
bored.
at least you can, you
But,
make
you know,
the effort,
yeah.
We're getting very sweet today, I think,
Yeah.
actually. It's gone a different way. We're kind of actually finding out a bit about people. Paul Finch, can
Yes.
you tell us in 30 seconds what you think the worst things about you are, and then we are going to say whether we agree or disagree. Go.
So, if we're talking about work, I'm very like tunnel vision,
Right.
and I like to tweak and tinker, and I know that winds you up, but I sometimes do it just to wind him up. Once I'm on my path, I find it hard when someone comes onto my path and tries to take me in a different direction, and I'll just get frustrated and say it.
Like when I come up to you and go, Finch, can I do this? And you're in the middle of doing your stage box.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
yeah.
how do you react?
Oh!
Yeah, like that. Would we all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favourite thing about life on the road?
I love it. So for 15 years, very quickly, my journey was Thorpe Bay train station to Fenchurch Street and back again.
You were
For
a city boy?
For 15 years,
Right.
yeah. Here, I'm in Cornwall, and I've been to Mansfield, and I'm going to Scotland, and I get to see these beautiful places, and I meet beautiful people, and we entertain people. And although I'm not on the stage, I'm actually in the audience a lot of the time. So I see it from a very different perspective as you, and I get to feel it. I feel the audience a lot, and it's lovely. And then at the end, when they're paying you compliments, I'm very proud to be like, that's my mates. And they're getting compliments.
So you feel almost fatherly?
I wouldn't say father, I'm too young for that film.
Oh.
But no, yeah, I feel like, I love what you guys do what you do, and knowing that I'm a very small cog in a big wheel.
Okay, that's
Do
very
you mind
nice
if I add
answer.
something to that?
You may have,
Because now
Marie.
people are sentimental.
Come on,
That's why we feel fluffy.
go on.
I think you might have said this the other day, I can't remember. But sometimes because we do what we do so often, it feels like it's our job. And sometimes I think we can take it for granted a little bit. And sometimes it's nice, like hearing what you just said, and makes you go, wow, to sound really deep. We're really lucky to do what we do as a job.
Yeah, we have another guest coming on very shortly, actually, who very much for me, having this person along has made me go, in fact, both the guests we've got coming up, have made me go, yeah, I forget, because I've done this for 35
Yeah, you do.
years.
It's so easy to do, but really what we do is pretty incredible. Like,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially you seeing it from your position.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Paul Finch.
Yes.
If you could be a lion
Yeah.
or a little hedgehog,
Little hedgehog.
You'd be a
Yeah.
hedgehog.
who would you be and why?
Oh.
Oh. I'd be a little hedgehog.
Why?
He was a hedgehog.
Look like a baby one, 'cause they're cute. And they're like, I love
Are we
hedgehogs.
talking like Nathan's old hedgehog, who was called
Yes, yeah, Nathan.
Good old Keith Hedger.
Keith Hedger? He had a hedgehog called Keith Hedger.
And I'm a bit pudgy,
Right.
and like a hedgehog's a bit pudgy.
Right.
And yeah, hedgehog.
So you'd be a pudgy little hedgehog.
Little pudgy hedgehog.
Okay, I enjoy that. Now, if you could put any song in the show, your choice, what would you put in?
Oh, now you're asking. It's not the era we do, but I'd put Rock and Roll Star in by Oasis.
Yeah, that's near.
Yeah, it's never going to go in, but they're just my favourite band.
Okay, fair enough. Oasis favourite band?
Yeah.
All day long. Favourite
day
TV
long.
show?
Oh, favourite TV show. I was a big fan of like the original Gladiators.
As in Jet.
Yeah, and Lightning
Yeah.
and Jodie.
Jodie.
And Jodie.
Jodie Jetline.
Yeah, I used to watch her shaking her pom poms.
Oh yeah. Still does it now. So okay, now the show itself. What is your favourite part of the show that you've had to sit for 1,000 times?
Well, that's actually my favourite part of the show, and we try to explain this to people when we're selling the show and marketing the show. It's never the same show twice. It might be the same songs, but the audience and the guys on stage completely change the show every night. It's you know, there are set pieces. I'm not going to lie, I don't want to spoil the magic, but there are set pieces which keep the rhythm going. But what I love about it is the way you and Hayley can direct how that show goes via the audience. And so for me, people go, oh, how do you sit there every night listening to the same thing? I actually don't. I get to witness a new show with a new audience. Like I'm your biggest audience member that gets to go, how do they change that? And I will laugh louder sometimes in the audience because you throw me a curveball, because it's different. And yeah, that's the one thing I love about Rock for Heroes.
It's nice to hear you say, because it's not easy to do, so it's nice to hear you
Yeah,
say.
thank you.
That's very kind of you. We're all so fluffy.
I know.
Very fluffy.
Well, tell me what annoys me about you, Phil.
Go on. What annoys you about me, Paul Finch, honestly?
I mean, where do I start?
I'm a very easy to annoy people person.
Yeah,
Go on.
I think it's the fact that you respect me, but don't listen to me.
I do, I listen. And then once I've listened, I go, I've listened.
I'm quite
I
happy
can
to
move on.
drive, but I never get to drive.
Because he drives half an hour, he's tired.
I do the sound great. You could do it better.
That's just life.
I do something amazing on the projection. I could have done it quicker.
Yeah. No one works quick enough these days.
No, but all jokes aside, I think we've become quite good pals.
Certainly.
And all your faults, I wouldn't change you in the world.
In the world,
In
or
the
for
world,
the world?
for the world.
You wouldn't just change me in the world, someone else. I will admit, I have a tendency, for those of you who don't know me who are watching, these guys will all agree, especially those who work in the office, I have a tendency to, if I have an idea, I want it to happen now. I don't want to have to wait for it, I want it to happen now. So that means whatever you're doing, stop that and let's move on and do this. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And can that be frustrating?
Very.
Yes.
Yes.
But hey, that's just how we get things done. Paul Finch,
Yes.
can you tell me one annoying thing about Hayley, Jodie and Tilly Go?
Easily.
Go on.
Okay. Hayley just needs her monitor louder every time. Just constantly louder. Sometimes it's so loud I don't have her out the front of the house. Jodie, what annoys me about Jodie? That she's always right.
Well, even more so than me.
Yeah, sometimes I'll say things and then she's like, oh, and then she'll say that to me and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then it frustrates me.
Okay.
Tillance.
Yes, tolerance.
What annoys me about Tilly? I mean, the girl can sleep, and I don't know why.
You really can
But
sleep.
she can sleep. Like,
Coming from you
I
as
don't
well.
even think it's sleep. She literally hibernates on the daily. She just disappears.
And that's coming from a man who sleeps more than a panda.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's
it's the
really
same
it.
amount
Yeah,
for all of you,
I
to
think
be
it's
fair.
because I'm jealous because you sleep one more than me. That's what winds me up.
It is a lot of sleep, I'll give you that. So, Finchy, one particular thing that sticks out of all the years you've been doing Rock for Heroes, one memory you have of being on the road.
I have to say, and I think we've referenced it a couple of times, we've done some amazing things, but that Scotland run
It was
a
very
bit
fun.
magical. There was
Yeah.
something about it, and everything just.
The
gelled.
Airbnb helped so much because it was so lovely.
Yeah, and it was like, at the moment we're at a stage where we're completing shows from the pandemic. We've got shows going on, and it's been bitty this year. But when we're on the road, that time together, like Tilly was saying, there are times where we do get a couple of days together, and we can have a meal, we can watch a movie, we do get to go back to an Airbnb and just chill out a bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said bitty and I've just gone straight to it. And then I looked
Don't
over
know.
at Haley and she's like,
Me too.
This is what we have to deal with every day.
We're meant to be PG rated.
Yeah. So Paul Finch, could you give people who are watching your Christmas wish and your advice moving on into 2023?
Just be nice. Be nice to each other. I feel like since the pandemic, everyone's a little bit on edge. Drivers, I've seen some of the worst driving since we come back from the pandemic. So just be nice, chill out, enjoy Christmas, eat mince pies. I agree with all the Bills things. I don't want to get too political. Yeah, just have a good time. Like, we're only here once. Shine bright.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from Paul Finch,
Diamonds.
Shine Bright.
Like
Paul
diamonds.
Finch! So, ladies and gents, we have two more members. We're going to bring them both in together, do them both together, because we have with us Tom here. Tom Smith. This is only his third or fourth show with us, I believe. Tom came on as a dep for Gordon after Pete stepped back, and he's done amazing. We've had some amazing deps. We also had Ant, but Tom was just before Ant, so Tom has stepped into the dep number 2 part. He's now very much a part of us. And we have our wonderful Babadook, Jonathan Babbitt, who can never say his name right, so it's just a Babadook, who is fantastic, and he is basically very much part of us as well. If we don't have Foxy, we tend to have Babadook if he's around. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome them both in now. The Babadook and Tom Farm! Come in, boys! Come round, come round, come round. Sit down, have a seat. Hello. Have you met everyone? Has you? So, Tom Farm, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Thanks.
Yes, very well, thank you. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
Well, people still ID me all the time for stuff.
I don't know if you can see, but he looks like he's 18. But how old are you?
19 and now.
No, you're not, Tom Farm.
I'm 32.
32. Benjamin Button on the stage with us. And Babadook, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, yeah. Are you happy to be here with Rock the Heroes? Always.
Genuinely a privilege.
So, boys, I'm going to ask you both the same questions, okay? What is it you love about being with the show, and how did you find it coming in as two people who came into a show where we are all been together for years, and then you guys come in? What's that feel like? Do you know what I mean? So, how did you find it, Tom?
I thought you were really nice, really welcoming.
You can't say otherwise, can you?
And it was actually really nice just to slot in. It felt really easy just to come in.
I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that you did feel that you slotted in.
Yeah, it was one of those.
It's a weird thing when you do what we do. 25% of it is playing. There's lots of good players. 75% of it is life on the road and getting on with each other and just clicking. And it's always a pleasure when you have people who come along who do that. And Tom Thumb definitely just came straight along, clicked in beautifully. Hasn't made me a cup of tea yet, I don't think.
Oh,
But we'll get there.
I'll say his first gig was a proper trial by fire.
Oh God, the first gig with Tom.
Probably the worst first gig ever.
Tell the people about your first gig, Tom.
so the first gig was in Mansfield,
Yeah.
which is far away.
Yep.
North of the wall, I think.
Yeah.
And it was, I had to drive my own car
First gig.
with Jodie and Nathan.
Yeah.
I literally met Jodie 10 minutes before. I was like, right, let's go and spend 3.5 hours.
Yeah, there we go.
But we got there, it was okay.
We had 2 cars break down that day, didn't we?
Van broke down.
And Tom jumped in, giving his own car for us, because, you know, that isn't the deal. If you come to work for me, you'd have to drive. And Tom was like, look, I'll help out, and which was amazing. And he did, and we got there. And you weren't there for that, Babadook, were you? But you missed out. It was a treat. Because we had the tour bus break down in the morning, and then 3.5 hours later, the other bus, the backup that I got, that broke down as well. And I just saw Tilly look out the car window, see me on the side of the road. I saw Tilly go. As they went down. It was a great fun day. But we did it, and we got there. Tom Fun, favourite part of the show?
It's Paradise City, same as you.
Paradise City. Really?
To let loose, like,
Okay. And how happy were you when you were asked to be in the show?
really, really excited.
Were you?
Yeah,
So do you really enjoy it?
I love it.
Really?
Love it.
That's very nice. What is it you love about doing it? What do you like? Do you do many theatre shows, stuff like that, or?
No, I've done maybe, I haven't done a proper one. So I did one in Holland with my band once.
Right.
But it was not full, so it looked quite empty.
Right.
But it was still fun, but nothing like this. This is quite.
Excellent. And how would you describe it to people who don't do what we do?
It's like being strapped to the front of a freight train. oh my god, this is amazing.
That's a good explanation, isn't it? We should have that on the poster, girls. Front of a freight train. Yeah, I like that. What is your least favourite part of the show? You're not going to get in trouble, you can be honest. So your least favourite part of the show?
The end.
Oh, he's a good egg, isn't he? Hey, old Tom Fun. The end. Now, who would you say is the person who, when you first came on board, you were like, thought, oh, I feel quite comfortable with this person, and who was the person where you thought, well, I'm sure they're really lovely, but I'm a little bit scared of this person? Which one was it?
Nathan was my first point of contact in the whole thing.
Right, no, it deals with all our depths.
As it were.
Yeah.
He's my boy.
Yeah. And, probably yourself, Phil.
Probably me for the scary one. Most people do. I'm not scary, but I'm not scary, but most people say that. And now that you're part of it, do you think that the perceptions that you had of what it might be like before you did it, are they what you thought it would be, or do you think it's ended up different, better than you thought? Or
Yeah, better than I thought. It's a lot less scary once you've done a couple. You think, oh, this is, know how everything works. And, yeah, it's really cool.
and how's the travel?
Can be long.
A little bit.
At least I haven't got to drive sometimes. So.
Sometimes.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, he's amazing. We're very lucky to have him. He's only been with us for 3 or 4 shows. Tom Fun, what is your Christmas wish for people moving forward in 2023?
Same as Vic said, just be nice.
Be nice.
Just 2 words, be nice.
Be nice. So you heard it here from Tom Fun. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Fun! Woo! The Babadook.
I know.
You've done quite a few shows now.
Quite a few now, yeah. 12 shows, I think.
So it's sort of 12 shows.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're not doing Rock Heroes?
To start like exposing me as a boring middle-aged man.
Not at all.
So I work in financial markets.
He works in, I don't even know what that means, but he works in the financial markets in the city.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Tilly. Yeah, and I also play. I do drumming elsewhere as well in a
Yeah.
weddings band.
He does, you play in many
It's a bit
bands.
cooler.
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah. But then he is like the lucky, he has, sort of, you know, like a sensible, not sensible, but like a sort of regular, he knows he's getting paid, unlike us. The life of a touring musician. Dads, do you enjoy the show?
Genuinely, I absolutely love it.
Excellent.
It's,
What is it?
It's a privilege to.
It's very kind of you. What is it you love about it?
For the people,
Mm-hmm.
is obviously a big part of it. Despite the fact, you know, I think the first time I showed up, I bring with me my rather wonderful electronic drum kit.
Yeah.
And Hayley looked at me like I was some kind of peasant.
Yeah.
And
She does
Jodie
that.
looked at me and went, "Is that a toy?" I was like, "Oh no, it's a real kit." But I think we're cool now, aren't we?
I love it.
Changing my mind. Yeah.
I love your kit.
Hayley does have a tendency, good people of Rock Heroes, she has what we call RBF, and she doesn't do it on purpose, but we've all experienced it at some point in time, haven't we? And Hayley, can you RBF the camera? There it is. So she looks at you and you think, is she not like me? It's just Hayley's face.
It's just my face. Like everyone goes to me, "You're right." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a great time," but my face is otherwise, and I think people find it intimidating.
I
There was
realised-
one time when you went, "Oh my god, you looked at me like you wanted to kill me," and I was like, "Did I? I can't control my face."
I know who she is though. I've worked it out. You're the blonde Wednesday.
Oh, the face.
Yeah.
You are the Blonde Wednesday. That's a very good description. Babs, it's a funny thing because hearing what you just said and what Tom just said actually.
And the next day you're on Newquay Beach. You know, before we go, and each evening you get to turn up and do a show playing some great music and on these lovely stages. So it's all in all, it's just a great experience.
Which I think is lovely to hear because hearing that from you guys helps to remind us of that.
How lucky we are.
Yeah, and I always try and remember that doing what we do is a privilege.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if you're Robbie Williams or us, it's a privilege. I always think that, I truly do. And I can honestly say, like I said about Tom, like I said earlier about the 25% that was playing and the 75% was fitting in, Babs from the get-go, from the first show, which I remember was Tilly's first run as well. And Babs was great, Tilly as well, so I remember seeing that and going, oh, he's really like helping, because Tills really looked like she was going to have a breakdown. But you slotted in immediately. I remember that. I remember thinking, oh, he's a nice guy, that was an easy slot. And yeah, you certainly, I think I can speak for all of us when I say for you and Tom, it just feels like you're members of the band.
Yeah, that's lovely to say. It's, I consider myself a bit of a budget James Fox. So
He's not a budget James Fox. He's not. He's the better looking James Fox. Look, he's like the, more
He
actor
sings like
one.
an angel. He plays everything. I can't love you, Foxy. Plays every instrument you can think of.
But he's when puddles collide. He
Yeah.
can hear us.
Yeah, Foxy, he loves playing in a different band. So let's not talk about him anymore, so we don't like him for that reason. There you go, there you go. So Babs, if you could be, right, a mermaid or a unicorn, which one would you be and why? Or a merman?
Why have you given me the really...
Mer person.
Can I say
Mer
homosexual?
person.
I think it's a technical term.
Let's go with... can unicorns fly? They can fly.
Yeah.
You fly?
Yeah.
Pegasus is that flying, isn't it?
Pegasus, that's cooler than a unicorn, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same thing, isn't it? A Pegasus, a unicorn.
No, Pegasus has got wings and the unicorn's got a horn.
We're getting well off the beaten track,
Yeah.
aren't we? Which one would you
I'll go
be?
with that
Oh, I
one,
thought
so I
unicorn.
can fly.
Okay, you're going to be flying. Okay, so you'd like to fly?
Yes.
So if you had a superpower, what would it be that you pick?
I suppose it's got to be flying. No, I said it, I can't go back on my word, can I? So
Okay, fair enough.
We'll go with flying.
Tom Thumb, you've got to have a fight with one of the girls. So you're going to pick one that you think, oh God, I'll be able to take them. Which one would you have a fight
So
with?
you get the cool question. I get...
I'll pick none because I just lose.
Oh, he's
that
come
was a good way
out
of backing out.
safely, isn't he? Babbitt, you are stuck in a lift for 4 hours with two of the girls. You got to pick two of them that you think aren't going to make you go insane, and you're going to have an entertaining time.
Wow. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, so I've got to leave one out.
Yeah, pick one out. Just nice and me, isn't it?
Why have you done this to me?
Stirring the pot. It's Phil Hawkins.
You really going to make me answer that?
No, it's all right. I'll give you a nice one. Okay,
The stairs I was getting there.
you got to pick one of the girls to sit on a plane with, really uncomfortable seat like that, and then next to you, 9-hour flight. It's
Yeah.
not offensive for the other two. Just in the short time you've been doing it, which one would you pick and why?
I have to go with Jodie because we've got quite a lot in common.
Okay.
So, a lot of conversation. Both got kids as well.
Yeah.
So that fills time.
Fair enough.
That's nice.
Now you are in a supermarket, and all of a sudden, before you know it, 4 guys come in with machine guns, and they're rampantly firing their machine guns everywhere. You've got to pick 2 of us that will help you sort out those problems, and why?
The 18.
Yeah.
Who would you pick?
Well, let's go with Nath.
And why?
Hulk smash.
Okay.
And then let's go Finchy.
And why?
Finchy
would be
shield.
Motherfucker.
Great. What did he do? He just stood there and
Okay, so guys, Tom Thumb. So moving forward in 23, you said just be kind.
Yes.
Babs, moving forward in 23, what would you say to the people of Rock Heroes?
Push yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. Go do things that you don't always do. You will find yourself meeting some wonderful people along the way.
We'll take that. Good. Tom Thumb.
Can I add a Christmas little bit of advice?
Of course you can.
Book tickets and come and see us.
Oh, what a bit of advice.
Mark.
What a bit of advice.
Do we have time for somebody to interview you?
Hayley, take the cards. We have no questions on
I
this.
just want to check the cameras.
I'll go here, shall I? Oh, man. Oh. I don't know what's happening. Wait, shall I come on?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello,
Phil
everybody,
Hawkins.
and welcome to Rock for Heroes TV with me, Hayley Marie Baker. Today on the show, we have Mr. Philip J. Hawkins, frontman of Rock for Heroes. Give us a Phil, everybody!
Thank you.
Philip, how are you today?
I'm good, Hayley Marie Baker. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Now,
Yes.
I've got some questions for you.
Oh, do ya?
So, you've asked all of us what our favourite thing about Rock for Heroes is. What's your favourite thing about being part of the show?
I think I kind of say it in the show, but of all the years I've been doing this, I'm old. We know that. I'll try and hide it, but I am old. I'm the oldest out of us lot. Therefore, I am the wisest out of all of us. And one thing I know from my years of doing this, very, very rarely in a career in entertainment do you get an experience like this. All the ingredients of this, from our dilapidated, characterful old tour bus, to the incredible venues we play, to the show we perform in, to the songs we do, to the Airbnbs we stay in, and to the characters we have within this cast, and the different lives that we individually have, and who we are as people. To put all that in a pot and somehow it manages to not just explode is a miracle. And I think we are honoured to be able to do that.
Oh, really?
There you go. There you go.
So if you could have another song in a set, not going off of what you think the audience would like, but your own personal taste, what song would you add into Rock the Heroes?
I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, from Twilight. Have you seen Twilight?
I kind of regret asking that
It's a
question.
great song.
No, but going off of like rock anthems, 80s, 90s, 70s rock.
Do you know what? It used to be in the show, and I keep thinking about putting it back in the show, but we used to have Alice Cooper's Poison in the show, and I think Poison is just an absolute classic song. So yeah, for me, Alice Cooper's Poison.
Cool. What is one of your most embarrassing moments being on stage, not just in Rock the Heroes, but in any performance you've done since you played the Artful Dodger, which was a long
time ago. I've had many through the years. I'm not going to lie. You don't do what I do without making a lot of cock-ups and learning as you go. And I've offended numerous audience members. I've had people get up and walk out. I've had people throw a glass ashtray at me. That was a good one in Jersey.
Wow.
And I got booed off stage. I was supposed to do a 45-minute set. I did 11 minutes, and I had 3 or 4 glass ashtrays thrown at my head. And that was the point where I was like, yes.
They wanted to kill you.
They really wanted to kill me,
Wow.
yeah. But that was a learning curve for me. You see, I watched a comic who was a Cockney comic, and I was his spot cabaret. So there I was, and I was like, well, they're here to see a Cockney comic, so I'm going to go out there and do what? For 45 minutes as his spot, his warm-up act. And it was a room full of Scottish rugby players. So there was about 64 of them in there. They weren't huge. And I thought it would be funny to walk out there and in my accent do a joke about Scottish people. And it weren't.
Wow.
It weren't funny. I learned that day that you can't just hit an audience, you have to warm an audience. And yeah, I literally had glass ashtrays thrown at my head. And the learning curve was, the guy who went on after me, it was very well known, Mike Reed, who went on after me, he absolutely tore the room. So I watched him not make every mistake I've just made. And as a performer, to sit and watch someone like that and go, oh yeah, that's
So
what I
would you
did
say
wrong.
that you learned a lot from watching Mike Reed?
Yeah, yeah, not just him, but as a performer, that's where you learn. You learn from other people. You have to let your ego go, and you have to look at other people and go.
100%. I hate to say this, it kind of kills me inside, but I learned. Oh, this hurts. I learned a lot. Why am I even volunteering to say this?
Say it, because they're all here listening.
I
Say
learned
it.
a lot of what I do in the show as a front person from field. So anyway.
Go and get your sick bucket or something.
Yeah. You're welcome. It'll never happen again.
But it's years of learning my craft and getting it wrong and doing embarrassing things and being booed off stage and walking off stage.
You have to learn from the mistakes, don't you?
Yeah.
And there you go. It's a life motto. A couple more questions. What is your favourite thing about? Have I asked you this?
About the show,
Yeah.
you kind of have.
Okay. Cool.
It's terrible.
If you weren't a performer,
Yeah.
it's because there's nothing written on these.
Don't give it away.
You already know. If you weren't a performer
Yeah.
or a theatre production director of an entertainment company,
Yeah.
what would you do?
I've tried a few of them, so I always thought I wanted to be a policeman. So I can say it now because I'm not anymore, but I became a policeman. I didn't think I'd get in, I did, and I became a policeman. I was a policeman for 7.5 months. It was the shortest run as a policeman ever. But it weren't for me. So any policemen who are watching, I have the utmost respect for you. It weren't for me. And then the only other thing I ever wanted to do was join the army. And I'm too old, I think.
No.
I think I'm too old now. I think RAF reserves, maybe, I could still go in. Because I thought about this the other day when I was looking it up, and I think I might have a look at that, because there still might be time for me to join the RAF reserves. But yeah, so that's really the only other thing I ever thought about. Helping people, looking after people, protecting people.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Giving back somehow.
Yeah, and I that's weird, you know, as I got older, I like to do stuff in the community. You know, like when you're younger,
Yeah,
you're
a bit
like,
all like sentimental, didn't you?
yeah, I think it's important. I'm like, I need to, the community in which I live, I've got a little girl and she's gonna grow up and I feel like I need to do something. And that feels more and more important to me now. So
Yeah.
like, next year we're doing a music festival 2-day music festival at a place called Little Havens, which is in Essex, which is a hospice, children's hospice. And there's no money in that. We just went there, and it was amazing, wasn't it? And we just went there to see, like, can we pop in with a guitar, which I've done before. And then at the end of it, I was like, nah, we'll do a full music festival. So we're doing that because I think it's important.
100%.
Look how lucky we are to live our lives. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a millionaire. I don't drive my Porsche anymore because pandemic hit me hard, as it did all of us. But I'm here and I'm breathing and I'm
I
sat.
think it gives you a bit of a perspective on life.
Oh
Because
hell!
you get caught up in your own little like things that bother you, and really, you look at the bigger picture. It's not that big.
No, I met these I met these 3 lads briefly a long time ago, and all 3 of those lads were young lads, and they all were all suffering from something that was incurable. And I remember talking to these lads and then being so, it's just life, mate, it is what it is. But these lads I knew, who were teenagers, weren't going to see much more. And there I am looking at them. And so every time I moan, every time I have a bad day, every time I think about anything, or I look at the pandemic and go, oh my God, it's cost me this or this, I look at that and I go, what have I got to moan about?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's just who I am. I don't have nothing to moan about. I don't. I've got people I care about. I've got people I love. I've got people who love me. I've got my elf. I've got a really annoying bulldog.
Your elf.
My health.
Oh.
Got an elf.
Got my elf. You know.
Yeah. I've got a really annoying bulldog, and I'm and a cat, and I'm very very lucky man in all ways.
Okay, a less deeper question.
Okay.
If you were stuck in a lift with just as a one-word answer, if you were stuck in a lift with one person in the whole of Rock for Heroes cast, who'd it be, and why?
So if I was stuck in a lift with you, we'd probably kill each other.
Okay.
Probably, because
You'll be offended by that.
we argue like cat and dog, don't we? Like cat and dog.
We do.
I think there's like it comes from a place of care, but we argue like cat and dog.
One-word answer.
Yeah. Tilly, I think she'd probably kill me. Jodie definitely would kill me. Nathan would want to kill me. Tom,
Who
I
is
think
it?
Tom would just probably sit quietly and let me kill
Really
him.
one-word answer.
And Babuk, Finch, she's laying down behind you. I know I'd drive me insane. I'd probably go Babs, because me and Babs, whenever we've had brief conversations, both me and Babs, I think, are very open in our minds about things. We're quite positive people, and we've both got kiddies. So I'd probably go Babs.
That was
The long-winded, wasn't it? Long-winded.
Last question before we leave the stage tonight,
Yeah.
because we've actually got to do a show in a minute.
Yeah.
Your Christmas message to the people,
My Christmas message to the people.
like you're the queen,
Rock for Heroes. Hello.
or the king, I should say.
The king, yeah. The king. Life is a book, and each page is blank, and that is such a crass thing, but it's so true. So life ain't tomorrow, and life ain't yesterday. Life's now. So me talking to you in this phone, that's life. What I'm doing tomorrow ain't happened yet. What I've done yesterday, I can't change. Write your book. Just write your book, because your book is just as good as any other book out there. It doesn't matter if you're a movie star or a pauper. Write your own book. You're only here once.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you. I've got the cards back. So, guys, we need to say a big thank you to Charlie and Helena, who you can't see, but they're up there. Charlie and Helena from Regal Theatre and Red Roof, where we are tonight. Thank you so much for doing it, allowing us to do this. Guys, Merry Christmas. We're going to post this for you over the Crimbo period. But right now, we're going to have a cup of tea. See you later on.
Rock for Heroes TV.
What is it?
Rock for Heroes TV.
Say again.
Rock for Heroes TV.
One more time.
Rock for Heroes TV.